Hello, beautiful, magical, divine one. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for coming to co-create here with me, with us, with Source. Today, remembering that it's all you. And remembering that co-creation is a choice. Right? You get to choose where to place your attention, your focus, your awareness. You choose where you co-create, where you create magic. So if this calls to you, then I ask you now to ground yourself in this beautiful, magical now with your breath. Breathing in through your nose to capacity, holding for a moment or two at the source of you before fully surrendering on each exhale. Breathing at your own pace. Breathing as many times as you feel called to, just softening to the now and surrendering to everything as it is. Okay. I'm feeling fours are really, really relevant, and I say that at 1-4. My next thing was going to be, I'm sure that you have been seeing lots of variations of 1s and 4s. Something is being revealed to you at this time, and it's something about you. It's something about self, right? Not the truth of you, your human self. Something is being called for alchemy. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the last, say, 48 hours, but it could be a week, it could be a little bit like 3 or 4 days, but I'm feeling an intensity around 48 hours. So I feel that at this time, something has really been making itself known to you in such a way that it's thrown you a little bit, perhaps. Because what I'm seeing here and feeling here with this 4 of Cups and this 7 of Pentacles is that, like, you were on a trajectory, you were feeling super calm, super centered, very, very in tune and aligned with you, with the truth of you. And I feel like, I'm going to pull a clarifier here, I feel like something came. Okay, bottom, this card wants to be Judgment. Something came and, okay, lots coming through here, friends. Okay, last card. And I knew, I could see the 9 of Swords in my mind's eye. Okay, so something is making itself known to you now so that you can truly be free of it, free from it. Because your feeling is correct. You are in sync with you. You are more aligned with the truth of you than you have ever been. So I'll pull an alchemy card in a moment on this Judgment, but there is something that is being called for release, and it is going to be a story. It's an attachment, right? It's an attachment that is keeping you stuck in a low frequency paradigm, but in this case, what I'm hearing, you can't just jump out of the paradigm, right? In the same way that you can't take your density with you to where you're going, right? Your heaven on earth. This is something that it's like an anchor, a shackle, a belief so strong that even if you tried, like even if you jumped, it would pull you back. Sorry, my low battery sign came up there. It would pull you back. So you would kind of be jumping between the two, which is maybe what you have been doing. I'm feeling that for some of you, that is the case. So there is something at this time, and they're just giving me intensity, like the intensity of things are ramping up, because it's not that time is running out. It's that you've actually closed this door. Like you've stopped the clock on this. And I'm hearing it's a little bit of ego. Okay, it's a little bit of ego, but it's also a little bit of fearing the unknown, right? So this little bit of ego is manifesting in such a way that it's crippling you a little bit. And by that I mean you're allowing yourself to be crippled by it. You're allowing it to throw you off course, to for you to actually, like, it's like we have a thought, right? Oh, I'm feeling a little bit out of alignment. We attach to that thought. Guess what? Feelings are reinforced. We feel out of alignment. It's reinforced. It's reinforced. So it really is a choice. So you can allow yourself to just fully experience what you're experiencing in that intensity, whatever it is, and then you can choose to check it at the door, like to observe it for alchemy, see what comes up, or if you're not ready for that, to simply choose to check your frequency. What do you choose to embody? Because friends, as the light warrior that you came here to be, beautiful confirmation, these are the other two cards at the bottom. The light warrior that you came here to be, like, you take ownership of your frequency. Which is not to say that sitting in sadness is a bad thing. You need to feel your feelings in order to emerge liberated from them, right? If you run from feeling sad, and you run from feeling anxious, and you run from feeling afraid, right? There's a beautiful quote, I think it's from the Wizard of Oz, but it's with regards to bravery, right? Being brave doesn't mean that you're not scared. It just means that you are able to tap into that part of you that knows that there is nothing to fear, that everything is perfect. This is coming through for you, friends, because you are really being called to be the tree that you came here to be the inspiration that you came here to be, which is not to say that that is not what you are already doing subconsciously, but you're being called to do this consciously, to step into your power consciously, and to choose to stay there. 7-7. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for you guys. What I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing like walking into a really, really cluttered, messy room and not knowing where to start. And Source is kind of going, it doesn't matter where you start, you just start. You just start. You don't aim for perfection. I think when I created this channel, the very first video, I was like, this is imperfect. Everything was so messy. I didn't know where to set up. I still don't. But I felt called to start it messy, knowing that perfection it was perfect. It would just evolve as it was meant to evolve, in divine timing, not in forced timing, not me trying to learn editing skills or figure out how to do everything perfectly. And we use perfection as an excuse, right? King of Wands coming out with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Swords. This particular card combination came through in yesterday's message. Your dreams are coming true. They're there. Your highest timeline has grabbed you. It is, in some cases, very much about holding the pose, which I think it really, really is all about that, friends. From my perspective and in my experience, it very much is about holding the pose and then facing and alchemizing what you experience while you are holding the pose. And then moving on to the next pose, the next challenge, the next experience, the next blissful moment. Right? And even there, you actually get to hold the pose, because what I'm hearing is that for some of you, even in these beautiful, blissful moments, there are times when your conditioning, what was comfortable for you, the ways of being where you've just allowed yourself to kind of get lost in thought, be pulled back into a negative thought pattern. Right? This is very much what I'm feeling here with this Four of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Right? There's like, I'm tired, or it's taking too long. Nothing's changed, nothing's shifted. I must be wrong. Right? But there's so much happening underneath. There's so much happening that you can't see, that you're unaware of. Like, the message that you're being spoken about in realms and dimensions that you don't even know exist. I'm feeling that for you, friends. So like with this Knight of Swords, that bird, you're divinely protected at this time. Not just divinely guided, divinely protected. By you, by source. Sometimes it's easier, makes us feel more protected to think that something greater than us is protecting us. I think the greatest truth, the most liberating truth, is that you are that great thing. You are that big thing that is, you believe, is moving the mountains for you. You are moving the mountains for you. Just different versions of you. So, I mean, in many, many ways, this is why the messages come through with your guides, your angels, because we all are at different places. But it is all the same. So whatever this bird represents to you, know 1111 that you are so protected in everything that you do at this time. Like even the things that you deem mistakes, failures, moments where you allowed yourself to be triggered, moments where you spoke old words, old languages, old spells, low vibrational portals that you jumped through, all of that. It's perfect. It's perfect. You're so protected. You're so protected because your purpose here is so protected. Like you came here to assist the world. You came here to bring in world peace. You came here to like be a flower child, you know, like kind of what the hippies were, except really, really. Except you don't do it through changing anything. You just do it through being you. Singing when you feel called to sing, going where you feel called to go, saying what you feel called to say. Right? There's very little planning involved. Unless you need the planning. Right? Unless, I know for some people, and this is the thing, friends, it's always about you, what comes easily to you, what is easy for you, what is fun for you, what excites you, expands you, ignites you. For some people that is taking an editing course. For some people it is spending hours editing videos. For some people it is sitting and painting till 3 a.m. in the morning. It doesn't matter. As long as you are doing what feels good for you. Okay, and what is easy, if it feels difficult, you're making it too hard. With this King of Wands, you have like, it's like what I'm feeling here, you've accepted your quirkiness, your weirdness, because we were all weird. We came here to be weird. We did not come here to be like everybody else, because no one is like anybody else. Pretending, that was part of the dream, right? Trying, that was part of this judgment, right? Comparing yourself to others, thinking that if you're like somebody else, maybe you'll be better received. So there's something there, there's a big release I'm feeling there. Like, I'm also hearing like a shifting into beyond caring. Like, beyond caring because you see it's not important unless you make it important. Okay, pulling some alchemy on that judgment card because I feel like there is something there for you guys. As you can see, it's a beautiful, beautiful spring day where I am and quiet outside. Okay, mortification, mortificatio. Not quite sure if my Latin is up to speed, but here we go. Okay, let's see. Okay. Decay, death, decomposition. Mortificatio is the great alchemical operation of darkness. What was once composed now decomposes. What was once presentable is now despicable. This stage cannot be avoided. The underworld has taken us into the dark interior of its belly, and here we reside until spring. Through the natural process of decay, we descend into depths we didn't know existed. The alchemist soon finds mortification. Please forgive me, friends. Is a stage of regeneration and sacred power, where the soil is fertile and rich, offering nourishment for tomorrow. This stage cannot be rushed. The darkness must have time to do its work, to dismantle and to loosen, to free us from old scripts and stories. As we learn to surrender to this great operation, the earth churns and wisdom whispers in the dark. She envelops us with grace and the promise of what's to come. Go deeper, read the Egyptian story, Osiris, to ponder, is there anything that does not end? Interesting, because it's almost October. Halloween is a global celebration of mortification and the underworld. If this card has got you down, flip the script there. There is freedom and expression in every operation. Okay, so something to be flipped. Anything else that wants to come through this bottom card? Temperance. Things are coming into balance. Nine of Cups. Yeah, Hanged Man, Ace of Pentacles, Death and Rebirth. Okay, friends, this is really, really beautiful energy. And like I said, this intensity, it's like the final chapter. You know, like when you're reading a book, and it's like a penultimate. It's like you've read 7 books to get to this final chapter, and it drags on. You just want to get to the end, right? You just want to know what happens to the characters. You want to know how the story ends, right? You want to know. So that's the kind of feeling here. It's like, you know it's coming, you know that everything is shifting, just to allow things to fall as they may. And what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, I'm actually seeing like dice and chips and very much gambling stuff, but like just like allow it to land and know that it's perfect, right? Even if it's not the desired result, because then it just means that it really wasn't for you, and there's better for you, more for you, something more resonant for you. You flipped this Hangman. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, it was a very messy video, but it's the same energy that I'm feeling here. You flipped it to the point that you can actually feel the shift in your material world, like you're receiving as a result of this change in mindset, this viewing your situation or situations or people or anything or a thing from a different perspective, from a higher elevated perspective, right? It's really funny, the part in the Alchemy book that I did not read was about that this card very much relates to the death card in the tarot, which happens to have made itself known to us. This shift that you're experiencing, right, it is one of the biggest shifts that you would ever have made in this lifetime. I don't know how it all works. I don't pretend to. I also don't need to. But I do know this. I know that you are stepping into bliss before bliss, and that's kind of where you're going to reside forever. In bliss before bliss, you don't need to know what's coming, right? Because you are creating what's coming. It's like you're about to become a manifestation master, and it's not because you sit there trying to manifest. It's because you allow yourself to truly step into the flow of how things are designed to go, while you get to experience and create that which does not exist. Okay, I'm being called to stop there, friends. Thank you for co-creating this video, this message, this transmission with me. Have a beautiful, beautiful, magical now, and just know you don't have too far to go. Like, just know that. So I just want you to know that. It's truly getting big chills, hearing applause, like getting the feel of like people standing, like a standing ovation. Like, you're right on time, and all the dimensions the ones that you exist in without knowing that you exist in them, they're super excited, because whatever it is that you bring in, it starts now. Take it how it resonates, friends. Have a beautiful, magical now. Bye-bye.